Welcome back to AM Northwest. Add a new potato salad to your summer favorites. Here to share a tasty recipe from her beautiful cookbook, we welcome back the author of Braids, Sonya Sanford. Great to see you again.
Helen.
Wonderful.
It's always a pleasure to be here.
I feel like every family has, a potato salad recipe that's theirs.
Yeah, and I'm not trying to take away anyone's potato salad recipe. And this
no, add to our list.
This is adding to the list, and this is really based on my family's tradition.
Oh.
So my family's from Ukraine originally. And that is where dill is really prominent in lots of dishes.
Okay.
So this is a very dill-heavy potato salad.
Love that.
But we're going to add tons of different layers of flavor. And again, all the herbs and freshness is what I grew up eating in a potato salad.
Okay.
So it's a little different from maybe your supermarket potato salad. So one of the things I love is to use new potatoes, these small, like any kind of new potato, and especially in the summer at any farmer's market.
Why is that? Why do you prefer
Because you
them?
don't have to peel the skin.
Oh, there you
And
go.
I love a time-saving hack.
Yes.
So I just boil them for 15 minutes or 20 minutes until they're fork tender in the center. I boil it whole, and then I just dice it. And I'm just going to dice it really simply. You can do large chunks, you can do small chunks if you like your potato salad bigger.
Okay.
I like to do it sort of in half-inch pieces, half-inch cubes.
Sure.
Or if you have a small one, maybe just in quarters. And see, the skin stays on.
Right.
It's very delicate, and it adds a little bit of color, which I think is pretty.
I like that as well. I
So
agree.
yeah,
I agree.
I do a mix of kind of a Yukon Gold and a red potato.
Okay.
Or you could do a Nicola potato or a fingerling.
Oh, sure.
Yeah,
oh, those
any
are,
tender little potato.
The little guys. Okay.
Okay, and then this is where all of our flavor boosters come in.
Yes, ma'am.
We're going to use a ton of parsley. Do you want to chop that some
Sure.
for me?
Sure. You
Rough
got it.
chop that.
Okay.
And then, are you a fan of dill, Helen?
Yes.
You do, you like it. It's not for everyone, and I understand that. So if you don't like dill, a great swap would be tarragon.
Oh,
do you ever
perfect.
use tarragon?
Yes. I use it rarely, I will say. If it comes up in a recipe, I'll use it. But it's not something I add automatically.
It adds such a beautiful flavor. Okay, that's good. A rough chop is perfect. And I'm going to have you do the same with the dill.
Okay.
So again, this isn't even all we're adding. We're just finishing off the chopping. I have almost a full cup of herbs.
Wow.
So
Okay.
you really want a heaping cup of freshly chopped herbs.
Okay.
And all of that's going to go into 3 pounds of potatoes. And then, of course, you have scallion. That's perfect.
Okay.
Excellent. And then if you slice up the scallion for me, I'll show you how I start.
Yes, please.
Obviously, I take off that root end, and then I like to cut it on the bias like that.
Oh.
And I like to do the same with the celery.
You just like the look of it?
I think it's sweet, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
It looks like a little bit more dynamic when you cut things on the bias, which just means like at an angle.
Okay.
And I'm doing that same with the celery. And again, it's just for the visuals. It doesn't matter. It will taste the same.
Yeah.
And you can finish chopping these up.
Yes, I will do that.
Yeah. And then before we sort of combine everything together, we're going to make the dressing.
Okay.
And
I'll watch you.
yeah.
Go ahead.
The other tip for any potato salad, whether you're making your family's or this one, is it's best if your potatoes are still warm when you dress it. That helps.
Oh, okay.
And that's so that the potatoes can really absorb all of the dressing. I'm going to add things to the bowl and have you mix it.
That makes perfect sense, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
You want that warmth, that heat sucks up the dressing in a good way. Okay, so we're adding mayonnaise. I like to use a really good mayonnaise. Something like a Best Foods is always dependable.
You don't like Miracle Whip?
I think Miracle Whip is good too, but I think it's
Look how nice you are about that. Okay, go ahead.
Best Foods is my favorite.
Yeah.
This is whole plain yogurt. So it both lightens and adds a little brightness to the dressing. Then I'm gonna add apple cider vinegar, a little tanginess and fruitiness, sugar, a tiny bit of sweetness, and whole grain mustard.
Oh, sure.
Do you want to give that a little stir?
You bet. I can do that. Easy enough. Okay. Yeah, I used to have, I grew up with Miracle Whip.
Did you?
Yeah, so when my husband moved in, he got rid of it. So I'm not allowed to have it in the house. But anyway, I do love mayonnaise. I do love mayonnaise.
What does he have against Miracle Whip?
I don't know. I have, yeah.
All right, so now we're going to add all of our ingredients into one bowl. We're adding our celery, we're adding all these herbs and all the ones you chop.
Yeah. Talk about herb forward.
Yeah, when we say herby potato salad, we mean it. And we used to serve this at my deli in Northwest, and it was always such a crowd pleaser because it's a little bit of a fresher take, especially in the heat of summer.
Oh, sure.
Okay, and then I'm going to have you stir this all up. And again, that yogurt made it kind of nice and loose. And again, it's going to add so much brightness and tanginess. So just give it a good
You know,
stir.
I have to say, it really also has this incredibly great aroma too,
Oh,
right?
yeah. And it's a good way if you're like not super into mayonnaise. Like my husband hates mayonnaise.
Oh, wow.
Will not eat it if he knows it's in it. But if I tell him it's a yogurt dressing, he loves the salad.
Has he tried Miracle Whip?
I'm going to have to get him to try that.
Yeah, maybe that's the difference. I'm not sure.
And then let's just give it a little extra seasoning to finish it off. A little freshly ground pepper. And
that looks great, Sonia. Oh my gosh.
And
now
you
let
can
me
give
try.
that
I've got to try this. Okay, we're going to put the recipe on our website. Oh wow, that's great.
I'm so glad
wonderful.
You like it.
I love it. The book again is Braids. Sonya Sanford, thank you so much. Always good to see you.
So nice to see you, Helen.
All right, we'll be right back with more AM Northwest. Don't go away. That was really good.